What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Clutch. I'm John. We're hanging out with Jimmy from BallLife tonight. We appreciate you coming on. We definitely appreciate you guys for dealing with the delays. Jimmy got stuck in traffic.
Yeah.
Part of that Cali life.
Yeah.
It's all good for me because it gave me a little extra time to start separating rat babies.
Yeah.
Dude, I just started again like 3 weeks ago. I remember why I didn't want to breed rats, but
Yeah. I did that. I did that circus a while ago when I first started. Yeah, that didn't last long. Smell, the heat, just and then my kids want to look at some of them. The babies are jumping out, and I'm like, oh no, we're not doing this.
But you got a special ability there with being in Cali. Like everyone and their mother has breeders.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like over here, especially now after the winter storm, like I think there's 2 or 3 people that breed here locally, and I had to pay like buku dollars to get breeders from them.
Really?
Oh
What?
yeah, like pretty much everyone over Texas because of that winter storm lost half, if not more, of their rat breeding colonies.
Crazy how
So
over there.
yeah.
That was great.
So I kind of know your story a little bit. It's been a while since we talked about it. I think it's been what, like 3 years. If you guys didn't know, Jimmy was my original freaking interview on this channel like 3 fucking years ago.
Yeah, back in Pomona.
And then I ended up leaving my backpack with all my fucking editing equipment and everything behind his booth because I was so excited to talk to him. Like 45 minutes later or an hour later or some shit, they're closing down the venue for the day. And I'm walking around and my wife's like, "Where's your backpack?" I was like, "You know what? That's a good fucking question." And then I get a call from Jimmy. "Hey man, do you got a black backpack?" It's like, "Yeah, I think you left it at my table." "All right, 2 minutes. I'll be right there." But so for everyone that doesn't know, brother, how did BallLife get started?
BallLife got started. Well, yeah, just my oldest son Josiah, he got me my first ball python at Father's Day weekend. I've always been to reptiles and just crazy stuff like that. And so he said, "Dad, I want to get you a ball python. I want to get you a snake for Father's Day." I'm like, "For real?" So yeah, he got me my first one, and then my current my girl now, Patty, she got me one like a week later, and yeah, I just started collecting on Craigslist and just started buying snakes. I actually started in colubrids first. My thing was the milk snakes, and then I just started, and yeah, I was working at McDonald's. I was uh janitorials. I was just maintenance. That's all I was doing. I was supporting. I was working just to feed these guys, and so yeah, I did that for a while, and yeah, I just started building up the collection, just getting snakes and snakes, and I just sat there one day, and I'm like, okay, what am I gonna do? I have all these animals, you know, and I said, you know what? I think I'm gonna breed snakes. And so when I told my mom and everyone, like, I think I'm gonna do that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna breed snakes for a living. I'm gonna start off, see where it goes. And everyone laughed at me, like, you're gonna do what? You're gonna breed snakes and sell them? Who's gonna buy snakes? Like, really? Come on now, go back to school, do something. You're not doing that. And yeah, I just started. You know what? My dad, at the time, he was like, "All right, sounds crazy, but whatever." And he gave me some money to get going. My girl, she gave me money. She she was really my biggest supporter because when we started, she gives me income tax, and we're limited income there. And I said, I need like $1,000 or $1,200. She's like, for what? To buy a snake. And her thing was like, you know what? As long as you're buying snakes, not spending money on other stuff,
Right.
extracurricular activities. So I hit up. I remember I started getting stuff from Daniel Solis and Frankie Burney, and yeah, I just started going from there. And then yeah, eventually, like for those who don't really know, but I have Thug Life tattooed on me, and so that's kind of where BallLife came from. You know, my lifestyle wasn't one of the best. You know, I ran the streets in and out of prison, California Youth Authority, in trouble a lot, and so I finally grew up and I woke up, and it's, you know, it's time to be a man. So I started taking care of my kids, and yeah, so Ball Life came about, and just been doing it ever since, just trying to get better and better, with everything, really, you know. And yeah, and then honestly, I've just been really blessed and fortunate to be around a lot of good people, you know. And yeah, just here I am. That was see, I got my first snake 15 years ago, and yeah, I think about 10 years, 5 years after that, I started getting a snake, like really started breeding, and then about 7 years ago, that's when the name came out, and yeah, just been going at it ever since.
Oh yeah.
You know,
What'd you start with? Like when you decided this is gonna be a thing, like I'm gonna breed, did you do your homemade, like made out of wood racks? Were you doing tanks everywhere? Like what was the
I
setup when Ball Life started?
tanks, tanks. I learned everything. I learned all the wrong stuff first before I learned everything right. I went off of pet stores and the local pet store that we had here in Fresno. I did everything tanks. I had floor to ceiling tanks. My
Damn.
PG just in that room was like over $300. Yeah, my PG was off the hook. So I had, and I was cohabbing. Um, you know, like I said, I didn't know nothing. I didn't wake up and like, oh, you know, I was a reptile, a ball life, a ball python god. I didn't know anything. I did very little research, and I just started listening. And then Facebook came out, and I just started getting in the groove, started listening, like, oh, I'm doing everything wrong. Okay. And then that's when I just started going to shows and meeting people, and starting to talk. And then, yeah, I got rid of all my glass. I just threw it all away, and I started getting the Freedom Breeder racks, which that's my go-to Freedom Breeder. Um, I think they've helped me a lot as well. So yeah, I started getting all their racks and started fine tuning and just got everything going after that. But yeah, I did tanks. I don't know how many damn heat pads. I was cohabbing a lot of stuff. I was just doing everything ass backwards. Everything ass backwards. You know, I'm not ashamed to say, you know, some people are like, oh, no, I never did that. No, I did.
No, I mean, if you look at it, like 15 years ago, that shit wasn't ass backwards. That shit was the norm. That was the standard for
Yeah.
keeping an animal,
Yeah.
or at least that's what we thought the standard was. Shit. So where did like the move to Freedom Breeder and working over there come into play for you?
So that,
Like, was that from meeting through shows or?
oh, so I had mutual friends that used to, I don't know, I guess he pull all their bedding from them. They used to get, before Cocoa Blocks, they were doing cypress mulch. And so they were getting bags and bags of that stuff in. And so when my buddies were no longer doing the ball python thing, I hit up Freedom Breeders. Well, I need some. Where do I get it? They go to, you got to contact Jesse, Freedom Breeder. All right. So I messaged them, and I said, you guys have any cypress? And Jesse was like, no, we don't have that gene. I go, no, not the gene. I mean, the bedding. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. How many do you need? I said, I don't know, maybe like 10 or 15 bags. Oh, okay. Well, you have ball pythons? Like, yeah, I got a few. All right, well, come on by, and yeah, we'll get you situated. So I drove up and started talking to them. And at that time, I had just over 300. Right now, I'm around 600, about 750. When I'm in full breeding season, when all the babies, I'm at over 1,000. It gets a little bit insane here, intense.
Damn, Jimmy.
um, yeah, so I started going to them guys, and then yeah, we just went from there. And then he started asking me a bunch of stuff, like he wanted to know if I knew my stuff. So he started showing me snakes. What do you think about this? What do you think about that? And then tell him what I had. And I had like one Freedom Breeder rack. The rest was melamine and PVC. I got rid of all my tanks, and yeah, so I had a couple, like one rack of Freedom Breeder, and the rest, yeah, just melamine PVC. And I did that, and he goes, "You mind if I come over and look what you have?" And dude, that was like, freedom breeders coming to my house. They want to look at my stuff. I got a little like, oh shit, I got to go to the house and like deep clean everything, you know. So yeah, he came over, and I was just like just all starstruck. This is Jesse from Freedom Breeder, and he was checking my stuff and goes, "You got a lot of stuff." I go, "Yeah." He goes, "All right, you need to fix this. You need to fix this." And he's the one that really took me under his wing, and really started just he was on me a lot. You need to do this, you do this, stop doing this. And I'm like, all right, and yeah, and then he just like really just showed me a lot of stuff that I was doing everything the wrong way, and I've just gone with it ever since. You know what I mean? And that was
Yeah.
there. And so then I was there, and I just started going like 3 times a week, just hanging out. And they needed help, so I started going to the baby room, started helping out with that. And he liked the way I was. I was pretty efficient. Again, he was teaching me a lot of stuff, so I got even just more efficient, more faster, and learning everything. And turned 3 days, and then, well, how about you just we'll pay you for 2 days? All right. And then yeah, that was 6 years, 5.5, 6 years later, and I'm still there.
Damn.
Now I'm the
Hell yeah.
yeah. Now I'm the manager of the. So when you have issues, they send me. I'm in charge of all snake sales. I ship everything out. So when people ask, do we have this available? It usually comes to me, and then I gotta go and check it out and stuff like that. So I'm getting pulled all over the directions because I'm upstairs dealing with all the adults, and then Jesse's on me. Go see this, go see that. So I gotta go back downstairs, look at stuff, make sure, take pictures, do this, answer a million questions, and then I try and get stuff done. Doesn't happen too often.
You have literally created a life around this, and it seems like you kind of fell into it almost. Like your kid started it, and it's just weird how it worked because of your area and the people you ended up meeting along the way. Um, the way I met you is actually at Pomona. It was that day we did the interview. I was talking to Cusco, and Cusco was like, "You gotta go talk to Jimmy. Like Jimmy's an OG. You gotta go talk to Jimmy." I was like, all right. Like I knew who you were because I had met you or I had seen you down in San Diego right before the Pomona show that year.
Yeah.
Like when what was it? San Diego was like July, and then Pomona was like August or
Yeah.
September timeframe.
Yeah.
So like I literally drove from Texas to Cali and back to Texas to Texas to Cali and back again, 2 months in a row.
Yeah.
Family didn't enjoy those trips, but I liked them. They were fun.
That's a long drive.
Yeah. I remember sitting in San Diego, I think, and I walked past your booth like 3 or 4 times, and you had this I think it was a banana inchy clown at the time. And that was the one thing, like everyone was grabbing like these lower like $500, $600 snakes, and you're like, this one. Anyone wants something, this is the one to get. You need to grab this motherfucker right here. And I kept walking by looking at you, and you're like, yeah, I see you. Come on, bring it. I was like, dude, Mama won't let me spend that kind of money now. I just actually this year broke my first 1G snake in 3 years.
All right.
Yeah, I picked up a pastel monarch.
Oh wow. All right.
I'm jumping in while I can, while it's still quiet. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
give myself an opportunity. Oh shit! But I remember like watching you and watching the way you work a show, and it's kind of methodical, man. Like you're one of the hardest workers at shows, and you hit more shows than a lot of people do in a year. Like you're all over Cali, you're in Arizona, you're in Vegas. I think you hit a couple others too, if I remember right. It's hard to keep track of them all, man.
Yeah, I was doing like 15 shows a year. Like, so for some, this is a hobby for them. And it's still a hobby for me, don't get me wrong. But yeah, I don't get paid. Like Freedom Breeder, I get paid in rats. So the only income I make is what I do off my animals. So some people are like, "Well, you have way too many." I'm like, I have to, because if I don't, I don't eat. You know, I got my kids. Um, they're not cheap. I want a refund off them, actually. Yeah, it's expensive as hell. I just warning labels, but yeah. So I mean, I like I said, I'm from the street, so I got to hustle, and that's my thing. So I just took what I've learned from outside of this and just put it towards the hobby. But actually, I mean, I love doing what I do. Um, I get, I know what I have, but I like seeing what people have, and then I like getting them excited because I get excited for them. Like, man, I know what you have. I know it would go good. Kids like that. I tell people this is like chess. This isn't checkers. This is chess. You gotta do certain moves where you can see what you're gonna be making later on down the line. And I get them excited, and it gets me pumped up. And I mean, and also with me, it's not always about money. I know what it's like to. I worked at McDonald's. I was barely making ends meet, yet I'm buying snakes. And you want to try and make some type of you know an investment. You want to do something. You know what I mean? And so the animals I do, I try and make them affordable. So a lot of stuff will be like affordable ball, nice snakes at affordable pricing and whatnot. So I don't know. I like getting people excited, getting them going, and you go to places and you feel like when you walk out the store, like, damn, how much did I just spend? You feel dirty. Yeah,
That's the way I feel every time I leave a show.
but
I feel like someone got me, got my ass.
but if you can walk out of a show and if you can walk away from my booth feeling, you know what, I got a good deal. All right, yeah, then that's what I want. I want you to come back knowing, you know what, I got a good deal. I feel good about it. You know, I'm gonna keep it. So that's my whole thing. You know what I mean?
So you've been doing it a long time. What's your average clutch count per year right now, and what are you aiming for?
Right now, it's usually about 7, 8 egg clutches I've been doing. It seems like every other year I'll have a really big year where I'm getting like no less than 8, and so I'm doing like 10, 12 eggs, like nothing. Then I'll have those years where I start off my first 4 clutches, they all slug, and
Hmm.
then, oh my god, you guys are driving me nuts. But I just roll with it, and some people get discouraged by it. I just like it's just part of the nature, part of the game. But yeah,
Hmm.
my clutches are about 8 clutches. Um, I really don't have a target. I mean, I like to beat 60 clutches. I've never gone past 60. Last year I did 59. I got right at 59. I'm like, damn it. Um, but I don't know. I just like making stuff that looks different. You go to some people's tables or you go to pet stores and all you see is brown snake, white snake, yellow snake. That's it. That's all you see. You know, I want people to see what else there is out there. So that's why I do so much. That's why I have such a big variety. Because a lot of people don't understand nothing about hats. It's a hat.
Right.
What's a hat? It makes no sense to them. So, yeah, I just get them showing what a visual looks like and the potential you could do with this and that, and that's what gets their wheels spinning. If I can get your wheels spinning, then I got you. Then that's when I have the things. Let the addiction begin. That's when it starts going. You know.
Oh yeah. What was that morph for you when you first started out? Like, what got you addicted?
Uh, the banana pied. That was banana pied and banana calico. The sugars. I first saw. Oh, and you know what? And the can't like the killer clowns. I saw those and was like, oh my god, I must own that just to say I had it. And I think when I first got in the banana game, um, I paid like 1,500. And I know that's nothing, back then because I know they were worth a lot more back then. But $1,500 when I was only making $600 every 2 weeks, you know. So yeah, that was my first one. GHI, all that just crazy stuff. That's what got me excited. Just and then getting it going than just seeing more and more out there, you know?
Oh yeah. So is BallLife going to, because I know your sons help you every now and then. I know sometimes it's kind of hard to get them to help. We've talked about this before. Like they're getting a little bigger. They're trying to feel out their own way in life too. But it's
Yeah.
kind of like it's a little bit of a family enterprise right now. What's it like working with your kids and being it? I know it's mostly through shows right now. Sometimes you can get them to pick up snake shit and stuff, but
My oldest, he was working with me a lot. He liked it. I think his more thing was the whole notoriety. He liked being famous at school, you know, because he at that time I had sugar gliders and squirrels and I had, you name it, I had it at the house. And his friends would be like, "Are you at the zoo? Where are you at?" "Oh, I'm at my dad's." So he liked that part, and he was working with me for a few years, and he just said, "You know, Dad, I'm not really sure the reptiles are for me." You know, all right. So I mean, I'm very proud of my son Josiah. Now he is now he's a paramedic, an EMT.
that's badass.
He
Hell
did
yeah.
the fireman thing, but he wanted to be an EMT, and I'm like, if that's what you want, just stick with it. You know, I'll back you. So yeah, he's turning 22 in a couple weeks. He's got his life together. He's a lot smarter than me, that's for sure.
Nah.
But he's doing his damn thing, and I'm very proud of that boy. My middle son, um, no, he's a homebody. He don't like. He'll go to the shows, and he likes some of the cool. He likes bugs. He likes some of the crazy bugs. I don't know why. I like the tarantula stuff. I won't touch them. The inner woman will scream. But I think my little one actually is starting to breed Kenyan sand boas, and he's done a lot of homework on it. He has saved
Oh
his
yeah.
shows me. He sells his little snacks and stuff. But he's learning. He's already picked up a few paradoxes, some snows, some albinos, the aneries. He's looking to get some what are they called, drips, I think. He knows all that stuff. He's really working on it. So next is working up on getting a little PVC rack and getting him going in there. Right now he's doing tanks, and I'm like, yeah, we're gonna have to get you out of that really fast.
Let daddy tell you real quick, boy. You don't want to go down this route.
I want to. He likes looking at them, and I'm like, I understand it's really cool, but you're gonna have a ton of them, and you run out of room fast. Just So yeah, but he's learning that part. He really enjoys it. He really enjoys the whole reptile scene. He loves going to the shows with me. He likes it also. He likes just trying new stuff. He's that boy's pretty adventurous. He just like just likes being around it all. Same like me. Just he always wanted to learn stuff. Always loving to see stuff, and just kids. Oh yeah, they tell their friends. Oh, I got to go over here, and I got to do this, and some people are like, yeah, right. I think one time we got a call from the teacher. The teacher said, "Your son's been telling some stories." Stories. We're like, "What kind?" Yeah, yeah. She goes, I know. You know how kids are. They like to tell their little tales. He said you had like 300 snakes at your house, and you had some tarantulas and some geckos that climbed the wall. What about them? I said, well, 300 snakes? He told you I had 300 snakes? She goes, yeah. She goes, I was like, really? 300 snakes? I go, I know. He knows better. It was like 700 at my house. She looked like, seriously? I told her, do you think my son was going to lie? No, my son, he helps me take care of 700 snakes. And, I give him my card in there. And now, when he was little at that time, we started doing little shows and little show and tells at his school. So he liked that part, being famous. But yeah.
Jimmy making the notoriety for all the kids. Hell yeah. That's awesome. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So as of right now, what's like the pinnacle that you feel like you've kind of created in your career with ball python so far?
I don't think I've reached a pinnacle yet. And I'm afraid when I do, because then what else will you have to achieve? You know,
Well, I mean, you got all the combos you have. I mean, I don't think anyone can do it in their lifetime just because there's so many different combos now. But I feel like a lot of people will work a certain gene to a point and then they'll switch into a different gene just to keep working.
I think for the gene wise, stranger. I really want to get some stranger stuff going, as well as some of the acid stuff. I really want to work on some of that, just really trying to see what it, just do different stuff. You know, everyone's working with the clown stuff, and that's good too. I mean, that of course you get that in there, but I don't know. I want to do some stuff with Sunset, a little bit of stuff with Desert Ghost. You know, maybe some Exanthic, see what that does. You know, and then eventually, you know, get a little double recessives going on in there. You know,
oh, yeah.
there's a little bit of everything, really. You know, um, I think for guys that are really doing that, like Jason Amos, he here locally in California, he's killing it with a lot of the doubles and triples. Steve Russis, I've had the honor of meeting him at Tinley. He's a crack up. You know, a lot of those guys though, you know, Ozzy, Jessica Bilko, all the big names, you know. So I mean, I don't really, I just want to set my own little path, you know, and just see where I can go on my own, you know.
Oh, yeah. I like that. So, Acid and Stranger, how many doubles and triples are you trying to work in, or are you trying to do triples at all yet?
Right now I'm just at doubles. Ghost
Okay.
albinopides, caramel albinopides, stuff like that. Clown albinos, because my stranger's double heck clown albino. Um, so right now I got to get some other stuff going on that. I got to get the Sunset and I got to get Desert Ghost mixed in with all that. I mean, I know it's gonna take a few years to actually get anything, you know, something valuable to come out of that. But to me, it's just the whole process of it, seeing what you make. You know,
Mm,
I mean, that's the fun part. You know, the whole journey is the best part. You know, just seeing what you get, and then get thrown out there. Oh my God, look at Jimmy, what you got. And you know, when your name, for me, when your name gets thrown on Reptile Report, I'm like, okay, do it 3 times, and I was like, all right, cool. You know, a little hoodlum ex felon from Fresno, California, made the Reptile Report 3 times. All right, yeah, I like that.
doing good.
You know, yeah, I send stuff like that to my mom, especially when I'm doing a live cast or I'm on YouTube or something. Someone posts me on there. I send a lot of that to my mom. You know, because to me, it's like for once when my name's mentioned, there's no, you know, in connection with. It's all, you know, it's all positive stuff now. You know,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I'm 47 years old and I wasted half my life doing dumb shit, you know, stuff like. But, you know, I regret it, but I don't. Only because I had to go through that in order for me to be where I am at now. In order for me to appreciate the stuff that I have now, to appreciate everything that has been given to me. Because you know, some people get it and they're like, I don't give a shit, whatever. I'll get another. You know, it's whatever. They just don't take value in it. You know, I
Right.
appreciate toothpaste. You know, you're like, should I get every little bit out there? But yeah, just so yeah, I regret a lot of bad stuff I've done and people that I've hurt along the way. But and I need that in order for me to, like I said, to appreciate my kids and you know my girl and just everything I have now. You know, I don't take anything for granted. You know,
Oh, yeah. As it should be, Jimmy, as it should be.
yeah,
Do you think being in, I don't know how California splits it up. I think it's like you're either NorCal or you're SoCal, right? There's
yeah,
no middle.
we're in Central.
There's no Central California.
There's Central California and Northern California and Southern California don't like us, not even a little bit. They don't.
Do you Do you think there's an advantage in kind of like where you were brought up and as far as snakes? Because I feel like when I go out to California, it feels like you're walking into the Mecca or like the granddaddy of the stage when you're going to shows and things like that. Like I know Tinley's huge. I know there's other places where reptiles are really big, but I feel like if you're looking at total crowd, especially if you're looking at people that aren't in the industry and you're just looking at pure crowd numbers of people that are looking for their first ball python or their first snake or whatever, just trying to get into reptiles, I feel like that's the place to go.
LA. Yeah, LA hands down. Um, LA, there's like a reptile shop or a reptile breeder in every other block, like a Starbucks. You know, there are everywhere. You know, we're here where I'm at. Um, I don't know, especially in my town. I guess I'm the big fish in the little pond here. You know, because I mean, it's just me. So it has advantage for me being here because there's fortunately there's not a lot of competition. I mean, I have good guys. You know, and I don't even really consider them competition. You know, some people say that, but I have really good friends that I want. I don't try and take for them. I try and help them. I
Right.
want them to succeed. I want them to be up there with me, so they can be a little competitive. You know what I mean? Because why would I want all the good stuff? All right, well, you guys have all that. No, I want you to have. I want you to be up there with me. I want you to have my mindset. So you know, James from Reptile Gems, Jerome, no limit Royals, Bob's Oddballs. Those are those are my guys right there. It's like some of my best friends right there, and you know I try and bring them all. We all bring each other up, and we want it all to be around the same. You know what I mean? Because it's no fun if you're the only one on top. You know.
Exactly.
So
You
yeah,
f-
it's an advantage being here in Central California. We're small, but we have some good. We have some heat out here. You know, we're like LA. That's cutthroat out there. Good people. Don't get me wrong. A bunch of good people I've met out there, but it's pretty cutthroat. You know.
is it help with mentorship kind of being right in this middle of it? Because you have what you have Mr. Gundy a couple
Yeah.
hours north of you. You have the guys in LA, obviously. Um, Jesse and Lindy, obviously, because you're working for them. So there's, I don't know. I feel like with people like that around you, you can't really fail. They won't let you fail.
Yeah.
And there's mentorship everywhere in that state.
Yeah. Exactly. Even Bob Gunter, 818, Todd Joel, Unbelievables. All those guys are great guys. They really have a lot of knowledge, and I love hearing what they're working with and their experience with it. And yeah, there's a lot of mentorship out there. There's a lot of guys willing to help and just give that little extra, you know, what to look for or how to identify certain stuff. You know, I mean, this what you look for in this, or this is where it's wine. I'm like, okay, you know, like I said, so it's luckily for us, it's not too cutthroat out there. It is, but it isn't. You know, I mean, it's really is here. You know, a family. You know, even though we're all staying in business, we're all fighting for to get that extra dollar. But you know, we won't do each other dirty. We won't step on each other just to do it. You know, if we're gonna do it, all right, let's be fair. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so yeah.
Hell yeah. What's your favorite show?
My favorite show, August Pomona.
Is
Uh,
that just for vending or is that like
you know,
just because of the scene?
it's one giant party. It is. I'm not. I mean, how can it not be? You know, you go there, and as soon as you walk in and check in, you hear everyone calling your name, or you're calling someone else's name. You know, I go in. The first person I hear is Cusco. I hear him screaming. I'm like, oh, where is this coming from? You know, just so it takes me about a good half hour to 45 minutes just to get to my booth because I'm talking, shaking hands. Hey, what's going on? What's going on? And then the you know, with any US ARC auction, yeah, it gets crazy. And that's a Vegas right there. That is a mini Vegas. What happens in the auction stays at the auction. It's off the hook. You know, I done some things I'm not proud of there.
I've been witness to a few of those things.
You know, but it's all good fun, and I just have fun with it, and I've never really witnessed how close we all are, regardless of where we're from. um whatever issues we have, we're all family. We all have that one thing in common, that's reptiles. And I enjoy it. Like I said, I've been very fortunate through Freedom Breeder, and I can't thank Jesse enough for bringing me along to go to Tinley and go to Daytona and Arlington, and just going all over these places and just meeting all these guys. And yeah, it's really been fun. Like I said, and yeah, the shows, Pomona. Besides Tinley, yeah, Pomona, August. Yeah, that's fun. That's really fun. Yeah.
Are they bringing you up for Arlington, or is it just Cusco?
Cusco. I was gonna try and go, but I have a show here this weekend in Tulare, and I'm like, I want to go, but I don't think there's no way I can do it. I can have someone run the booth the way I run the booth, because there's some just like I don't really bring anyone here to clean my room, because no one can clean your animals better than you, because then all you're gonna be doing is, okay, they're doing the right thing, and then you're going back checking all their work. You see one little thing, you missed this, and so yeah, it drives me nuts. I used to pay my son to come in here and do my room, and it's like, nope, you're not doing it right. Not doing it right. So yeah, no one can really do a booth like me. You just got to have that certain that charisma. You got to have that certain smile. You can't be, because people, when I first started, looked at me, and I was told I looked a little intimidating. But
I'm not gonna lie, you are like you're OG. You could see it at the show, and you're like, "Do I want to approach this guy? Do I not?" And then I promise you guys, once you take the second, if you don't know Jimmy and you talk to Jimmy, Jimmy's like the nicest guy you'll ever meet.
I like to joke around. I tell stupid dad jokes my son hates. I just do corny stuff, man. But people are like, why do you look the way you look? I'm like, well, you didn't wake up in Corcoran State Prison or Folsom Prison and walk the chow hall and be like, hey, what's going on, guys? How you doing? How you doing? Good morning. No, you walked around like,
Yeah.
And like I said, I grew up in the hood. I grew up in the East Side. I've been gang related for as long as I can remember. So I mean, just certain things you didn't do. So yeah, to a certain extent, I still carry that look with me, that attitude with me. But when I hit the shows, all that goes away. Look, when I'm with my kids, when I'm with my family, I'm not gonna walk around like that. So when I'm at the shows, I'm with friends and family. Yeah, it all goes away, and I'm sitting there smiling and joking around with everyone and buying everyone drinks, and let's go out to eat, let's go do this, go do that, and just have fun with it, you know. Um,
I feel like the corny jokes have been going on for a really long time. I don't know if it's just a family thing and it spilled over into work and the shows, but I love the segment. Like, I love the uncuts, especially when you're trying to figure out what joke you want to tell Cusco.
there's so many I get, and I get some that people tell me, say this one, and because the one started with that how do you sell chicken to a deaf person. And my buddy told me that, and I started laughing. I couldn't stop laughing when he told me that joke. And I've done it a few times, and people are like, and I just die laughing with it. Yeah, we've seen that one with Cusco. I did it, and he fell and dropped his camera and everything. But yeah, just I don't know. I don't want to be like a normal dad. I want to be remembered.
Right.
I love my dad. He was really hard on me, really strict, kind of mean, but I don't blame him for that. He did the best he could how he was raised. He raised me the way he was raised. It's the only way he knew how. Um, so when it was my turn to be a dad, I said, no, I'm not going to be that way. I'm not going to be mean and this and that. I mean, yeah, I'm a really strict dad when it comes to schooling. I'm very strict on that. I don't want my kids being a dummy like me. but I didn't want to be just a normal dad. I wanted my kids to have memories like, oh man, my dad had snakes. He had all these different animals, ferrets, and he told the most dumbest jokes and his cars. And I'm 47 years old and I have my Porsche, I have the truck, music bumping the hell out, and they're like, your dad plays rap. Game, I got the PS5 with the VR, and I'm there playing Beat Saber music game, and my kids' friends are like, "Your dad's kind of cool. He's not like an old man, Like no. So yeah, I don't want to be just a normal dad. I want to be remembered. I want to make memories with my boys. So with them, they get to be like, my dad took me here, we took me there. We got to hold. For my son's birthday in a couple weeks, my friends from the Bay are coming down, and they're bringing a baby kangaroo. They're bringing a skunk, sloth. Brandy from Safari Encounter, she's from the Bay Area. She's gonna be doing it for me, and that's stuff I want. Just not your ordinary birthday parties. Last year we had monkeys. My buddy brought baboons and capuchins, and we got to sit there. I got pooped on by a damn baboon, fucking monkey. I was so mad. Everyone taking a picture with it, and it's sitting on their lap, and I'm the last one, and he sits on my lap, and then he gets up, move. I'm sitting there talking, having my beer, and I'm like, all these flies. What the hell? I was getting attacked by flies, and I looked down, and he crapped all over my brand new shorts. Luckily nothing on my Jordans. You guys know how I am about my Jordans. Yeah, I'm snagged about that. Jordans. Oh, I had just smeared on me. I'm like,
I'm sure that's not the first time. Well, maybe by a baboon, but I'm pretty sure there's a couple of snake shit stories just at the shows.
Yeah, I had that a few times too.
I remember when you picked up that retic, and it was just wrapped around your head on Sunday, and I was like, that thing's gonna shit all over him. I can't wait. Like, it's gonna shit everywhere.
I tried to touch the tail. I've learned that the hard way. When you grab those bigger constrictors, never touch their tail. I'm like, why? We're going to touch the tail. I'm touching it and just oh, shit, yeah, all over my.
It's like a river.
All over my hoodie. I was so mad. I had to take it off, and it stinks. The smell, dude, that was rough. I put on. I could get rid of. I'm sitting there like, oh.
Oh man, are you looking at staying at the 700 snake range? Are we looking to expand bigger?
I don't know about.
Is that your happy medium?
I'm right at my happy medium right now. I'm at that stage where I'm getting rid of my grow ups are now into adults, so a lot of my hets are gone. I don't need hets if I have visuals.
Right.
I got rid of a lot of those. Some of single gene girls I'm holding just because, man, they're just so big. They're 2,800 grams. They're massive. I got one girl, she's like 5,000 grams, 5,200 grams. She's mad, and she's just normal. She's 15 eggs. So like, well, little sentimental reasons, So my FB70 rack right here, those girls are no less than 2,800 grams or bigger, 3,000 grams. They're giant, So some of them I'll hold back, but for the most part, like if I got their kids coming up, I obviously they're gonna get replaced, but I don't want to get too overwhelmed because right now I'm right at that part where it's like, yeah, you're too much. Because I get yelled at. This takes up a lot of my time, so I don't want to interfere with my time with my kids.
Right.
Yeah, I understand they do. It brings them, but they're not trying to be in this hot room for hours at a time. So I'm at a good spot. I'm just switching a lot of stuff out. I'll sell a lot of females. My male wise, same thing. When the sons get bigger, then I start switching them out. So right now everything's like 2 or 3 gene males, and then in time I want to get like 4 or 5 gene males in there. Just depending on what the genetic is.
What are you spending a day? Are you like just hitting one rack a day? Are you trying to hit like a whole wall in a day? Like what's the average time spent?
2 racks a day. So I get home usually by 5, and I got to take the edge off because you're so frazzled from that damn traffic. An hour and a half in traffic, and I hit 3 construction zones on the way home, and like I'm all frazzled. I'm like, because I get road rage, and I get frustrated. Like, I get home, like, all right, I've been around animals all day long, so I have a beer, relax, okay, and then I play my music, and I just take my time, and it'll usually take me it's an hour per rack, because I pull the whole tub out. I really get in there, make sure everything's clean. I wipe it all down, disinfect every tub as it comes out, and put it back. So I try to get 2 racks done, but sometimes it's like a rack and a half. And to get everything done, I'll start in like today's feeding day. So I'll feed everything, and then I'll clean 1 rack. And then tomorrow I'll take like a day off. Like I just don't want to see too much. So I might do 1 more rack tomorrow, and then Wednesday I'll do 2 racks. Thursday I'll do 2 racks. Friday I'll do 2 racks, and then when it's breeding time, when I'm pairing stuff up, that Friday as I'm cleaning, I'm pairing up and pairing up and pairing up. And I try to I like to pair up late at night because I know they're more at that time. And so when I just have a bad habit of waking up at 4:30 in the morning, and I'm in the morning waking up, pulling up tubs, looking to see who locked up, and then all right. Marking everything down, getting it going, and that's it. Takes a while though.
So you kind of have a similar environment as well. No, you're central, so I guess it's more LA area has a similar environment. It's still kind of desert there, right?
We're desert.
Yeah,
that's why our humidity, we keep it at 25%. It's hot and dry as hell here. Right now, it's not too bad. I think we're in the 90s. Today was like 90. It's not too bad. But when we start getting to May, June, that's when everything starts picking up. And July, August, oh my God, it's just hot.
Do you find like they start a little bit later, even if you're fluctuating racks or anything? Or
I don't fluctuate my racks at all. I mean, my room is temperature controlled.
Okay.
So my room never gets lower or higher. In the winter, it never gets higher than 78, and then in the summer it never gets colder than 78. I keep it at 78 in here at all times. And then my racks, I don't do temperature drops, night drops. I just leave it all the same. Again, that's something I learned from Freedom Breeder. Lindy, like, why do the season? Because you limit yourself. If you can keep same atmosphere, same temperatures all year long, your animal goes, you can't tell your animal when to go. Your animal tells you when it's ready. So if you can maintain everything, then they can pretty much go. I mean, not go at the same time, but you can keep it, steady, and I've learned to do that, so I have, like, so there's six breeder racks. Each rack, I'll have my males and go to them and yeah, I get my clutches in waves instead of just one big massive wall of eggs. I get them in waves. So like 1 month I'll get like 7-8 clutches, and then it'll come down and I'll get like a clutch here, clutch there. But every month I want to have at least 5 to 6 clutches every month, and they just keep going,
Oh yeah. It's weird for me. Like I don't do like the seasonal drop.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people talk about. But I don't see any signs for growth until about February. So you know how everyone's like, oh, you need to start looking at dropping the temperature in like late September, October, start pairing November, ramping up their food and all that shit, right? And I don't see any sign for growth of follicles until February because it's so freaking hot here.
Yeah.
Until that point that they just don't want to do anything. And then I'm not trying to like put everything in months. I mean, I'm small time anyways. Like I'm only breeding, I think 8 girls this year. I'll be happy if I get 5 or 6 clutches, I'll be ecstatic. But like all of mine they start out in February and then everything's like November, December is when they're dropping.
Yeah, I think for me, I'll like when I really start some girls, September, October, and I'll have clutches in like December. The earliest I've ever had them was like November, but December, January is when I start getting clutches. And then that rainy season here, oh, it's just like I throw everything. When it rains, all hands on deck. We're going hard. And yeah, when it was like last year, it rained like for a week straight, and I was just pairing everything up under the sun. I just kept going, and they just know. They just know. They know when that barometric pressure goes down. So, I've just been lucky with that.
What was the hardest thing for you to learn coming up in this?
The hardest thing, I think, just the genetics. Learning how to identify all these things. Sweet Jesus. Yellow belly, the vanilla. You get certain gel, like, well, how do you see that? So a lot of stuff like that is where it was harder for me. Husbandry, I learned that pretty fast. You have to if you want to, keep going in it. But I think to me, just the genetic, learning what to get, how it works, what's the best combos for it, learning your contrast, and and just playing around with it.
I feel like that's a huge thing too. Like, yes, you're gonna have like single gene that look amazing. You're gonna have that 2-gene combo that looks really good together. But you got to find that contrast in everything you're doing now, because that's what really makes it pop.
Because you're gonna be like, okay, what can I do to make this better? And that's your train of thought every time. What can I do to make this better? And you're thinking of it, and you'll look it up. And sometimes they're good examples, and sometimes there isn't. And you're like, oh, I see this, but what if I did this with it? What would that do? And I don't take the advice of a lot of people like I used to. When I first started, someone told me, oh, you don't want chocolate. Chocolate is crap. Chocolate muddies everything up. That's just a dark brown snake. For real? So I sold all my chocolate. And then I saw stuff. I'm like, I just sold all that. Oh, I didn't know they did that. Dude, are you serious? Yeah, so I want to learn on my own. I mean, for me, I'll offer advice based on my experience and what I think would look good with it. But yeah, I like trying new stuff, So I like all genes. I mean, there isn't really a gene I don't like. I have majority of it. I mean, the higher end stuff, of course, I'm very sporadic, but everything else, I have a little bit of everything, a little bit of everything.
Do you use fuck, I forgot the word. Hold on. Let me reboot. It took a second. Okay. Do you ultrasound or are you palpating?
Ultrasound.
Okay. Did you start out palpating or just jump into ultrasound once you decided it was going to be a business move?
When I first started breeding, someone told me you got to put them together every weekend. I'm like, for real? And then they started getting sick and stressed out, and they started getting infected hemipenes, and I'm like, oh. And then that's when I went to Freedom Breeder. They go, every week? No, ultrasound them. I'm like, what? Yeah, ultrasound.
What's that?
Yeah, so they showed me how to do it, and I'm okay at it. I'm not the greatest, but I'm okay at it. And yeah, I ultrasound now. And sit there and like, all right, I write everything down, and I just do it like that. That helps. That helped a lot. The ultrasounding. I suggest. I highly recommend it for a lot of people. I mean, it is a little pricey, but well worth it, because you will save your males in the end from overbreeding, from being stressed, breeding females that aren't even ready, So yeah, ultrasound machine is definitely worth every penny.
Nice. Where was I going with that? I forgot. My dog's fucking with me. I was like, oh, I'm gonna be all focused tonight. The kids are up with grandma. House is quiet. We're gonna be good. Nah, my dog still got me.
And my mom kidnapped my dog. I had a little Yorkie, Pixie, and I took my dog to work, and then my mom saw her, and I said, "Mom, I gotta go to a show. Can you watch it for the weekend?" Yeah, that's fine. The mom has the dog. She's like, "Well, your dog's kind of cute, I guess. It's a Yorkie." I never got the dog back after that. My bonded with my mother so much that the dog cries when it sees me, but it's just like, nope. I mean, my mom has jackets for it and like little bags,
Oh no,
doggy salons, and I'm like, oh dear God. I mean,
she's living her best Kardashian life.
oh, she's a Kardashian. Yeah, my mom has never, as long as I've known my mother, has never allowed any pet to lay on her bed. That dog has its own pillow on her bed. And it just sits there with little ribbons, and I'm like, are you serious? She's like, the dog's not really attached to me. I mean, no one can really get close to my mom because the dog will like start growling. Like, don't get near her. And I'm like, that dog's crazy.
So I have this kind of messed up question that I ask people every week, and it's not to test people, but I guess it kind of is.
I've been asked a lot of
who produced the best thing to you in the last year, and what was it and why? And it sounds really nice, but I do it to see if someone's gonna like self-market their self or if they're gonna throw it out.
I think one of the main guys besides Kabilka, I mean that's a given, but I think one of the main guys that are producing some insane stuff is Josh Jackie.
Yeah,
that dude is
he's killing it right now.
Heat. I mean, he's hitting the lottery every clutch, and I'm like, damn, So, and he just has such such knowledge for it. He has such an eye for stuff, So it's just like, yeah, I haven't seen anything ugly ever from him. I mean, there's so many greats, Garrick DeMeyer, and there's a lot of guys out there, Ozzy, Bob Vu, all those main guys, but Josh Jackie, like, damn, every week he's posting something up and he's getting no less than like 300 likes and comments on it. I'm like, holy shit, it just, it's just amazing. And it's never the same. Everything's different. It's all these combos and recessive stuff he's producing. You're just like, damn, So yeah, I would say him. Me, here in town, yeah, I produce some nice stuff, but they're on a whole other level. I'm junior college. These guys are fucking universities. I'm junior college type of stuff. But those guys are like major, Ivy League universities right there. The big guys.
I'm telling you right now, Jimmy, you wouldn't have been on here twice if you were junior college level. I'm just saying. You're one of the few people that every time I've walked past your booth, I've actually had to stop because something catches my eye.
Thank you. I don't know. I strive to make my booth look different every time. Like I said, if you go to some people, all you see is brown snake, yellow snake, white snake, and that's it. They don't. You go to someone else, they could not tell the difference between an orange dream and a yellow belly. It's a brown snake. That's all they see. So I like to throw the different combos that you can see with it.
King Corey. CNC Reptiles just said, shoot, I'm over here still on the freshman team in high school. Oh Lord.
Yeah, I think going to if anyone has a bucket list, you have to go to Tinley because that, to me, that's the Mecca. That is the who's who of the who's who. And going to Tinley, you see everything. You see everything that, like, for us West Coast, we get everything last. So by the time So by the time I come back from the show, I'm like, all right, I already know what projects I want to work on. I know what stuff I want to get into. So maybe that's my little edge going to the California shows, because I've been to Tinley, I've been to all the bigger shows, and I'm like, all right, I know what's coming out next. I know what to work with, and I've seen the combos. I know what I want to do. Where everyone else is like, oh, okay, but the stuff at Tinley, you won't see on social media. You only see what people post up. And a lot of those guys, they don't post up all their secret weapons. You see a lot.
No.
Bilka doesn't post up everything, but when you see it at the show, like, oh shit, I never seen that. Certainly Gary DeMeyer, Brad Boyd, a lot of those guys you just don't see, and seeing in person is just it's a whole other trip, myself. So if you can get the money to go down and spend the whole weekend in Tinley and just pick some of those guys' brains, because all those big names, they're really down to earth, really good guys, and they'll sit there and talk with you, and then you get to pick their brain about some stuff. So yeah, that one, you got to go that one. That's where it's at. That's what helps me think about a lot of stuff. Where Chad Holker, he's another one. He has some amazing stuff, and he's helped me a lot. Just kind of like guiding me where he's at and what to do with certain things. I'm like, all right, those guys will make you think instead of just like, oh, okay, that's pretty. Let me just copy him. I want to think. I'm like, okay, what else? What can I do to make this better? What can I do to enhance this?
Hell yeah. So you kind of brought it up earlier with Josh and how he gets a lot of likes and views, but with California being shut down last year, how important was social media in this industry? Like everything was driven off of it, but like how important is having a strong presence on social media right now?
It helped a lot. I mean, because you had just so much stuff going on. So I don't know. We have we have a reptile group here in Fresno, the Fresno Reptile Keepers. So for us, we try not to let the outside influence us. Like I said, because that COVID thing, it a lot of people believed in it, some people didn't. The whole conspiracy theory, that whole madness. I mean, last year was just crazy. So I used social media in our group to keep everyone together, keep everyone from going crazy. Every month we had a get together here at my place, and we kept, we did everything safe and the right way. But I just kept everyone together, and kept everyone going. People needed help. Again, I was fortunate enough to help people along the way with certain things, and bills are getting high up there for a lot of people, and unfortunately, it's crazy because when that COVID hit, it drove up the market for everyone. Bells went from $300 to $700, no questions asked, and people were paying it. So yeah, we didn't really take advantage of it, but we did what we had to do, and then we just kept that going at it. We tried not to let the outside influence on what we did and influence the hobby. We just kept doing our thing. Just stay positive about it. I've had a few friends die. I know other people that have had, they say they died from complications of it. I don't know. We just didn't look to that. We just tried to stay positive as much as we could about it, and we figure it's going to go away sooner or later. It's not going to be around forever, And then when you guys got hit, that was crazy. Everyone, the whole community. I said, when times get tough, the community comes together. No questions asked. We're there. We
Yeah.
and whether it be $1, $5, $1,000, every little bit helps. So even in times of COVID, we all stuck together.
That's what I love about this, man.
Yeah, for sure.
So a lot of people say there's ups and downs in the industry. There's been really high highs and really low lows for some people, especially those that have been around a while. Do you tend to see a trend at all over the years, or you just focus solely on what you're doing and not worry about what people are saying as far as a market?
I don't. I don't worry about market wise. People always, pricing stuff. If you have quality, people will pay for quality, and I've always believed that quality in, quality out. It's not about the numbers. I mean, the reason I have my big numbers is again because that's the only thing I have that the only source of income I have. I go back to old ways of extracurricular activities. I'm not tired of looking over my shoulder all those years. Um, but just it's all about quality. I don't pay attention what's going on with morph market. I mean, I use it as a guide, but I mean, I don't really, worry about the market too much. Like I said, if you got a great looking animal and you ask them a certain price, people will pay it. Plain and simple, you know. And as long as you have good salesman skills, you're honest. You're not trying to get over. Because I've had people like, well, I had one guy buy a highway pastel inchy, and he goes, well, I want this. I'm like, well, that won't go good with that. And he was shocked. He goes, I'm surprised you didn't try and sell it to me. I go, I want your money. Don't get me wrong. I want your money. I said, but I want it the right way. Why am I going to lie to you? And then you're not going to make anything good out of that. He wanted, I think, GHI Mojave or something. And he wanted that. I'm like, you won't make anything good out of that. Not really. If you want to reproduce it, you need these genes. And he really appreciated it. So honesty goes a long way with a lot of people, like I said, in just quality, and you'll go far. Real people will appreciate that, and you'll continue to have a good customer basis. You know, yeah, I just don't really worry about the market too much. You hear it all the time. The one thing I hate, there's no money in ball pythons. It's like, okay, I used to hear that all the time. I was told that when I first started vending. Oh, all you do is ball pythons? That's it? Oh, you're gonna fail. You won't last. You won't last. There's no money in ball pythons. All right. Well, I've been doing this for quite some time. I own 5 vehicles. I don't know how many pairs of Jordans, and my kids do want for nothing. My girl is spoiled beyond belief. She's got like 10 damn Michael Kors purses. I gotta. Yeah, I mean, I do well. I do well. I'm not balling like some of these other guys, but I mean, I'm California. It's just expensive out here.
Right.
But anyway, I do okay, you know. Um, but I don't measure my success on stuff like that. I measure by my family, my kids. Are they healthy? They're happy. We're taken care of. Um, you know, that's what I measure by. Yeah, the other stuff is nice, but you know, being able to do stuff with my kids, and that's how I measure it. Yeah, but that whole
I like that.
pythons that drives me nuts.
I gotta ask it. Are you rotating the girls? Because you said you only do about 60 a year. So do they get a year off in between each clutch, or does it just depend on the weight loss? Or
well, no, so it depends. Like every year, more females come up. So, I try. There's 500 breeder females, and so I try and get them going. But you know how it is. I mean, not everyone goes. So every year there's another 20, 30 that are ready. So my numbers keep getting higher and higher and higher. So I mean, there's one year I had 136 breeders, and I still got like 40 girls. So when they're ready, they're ready. So I just cross my fingers and hope the snake gods are smiling on me that day. But hopefully, I get my numbers up, and this is my first year that I'm having all those girls finally go, because I don't like to breed my girls under 1,800 grams. I don't care how long it takes. I don't like getting them under 1,800 grams because I notice it's really stressful for them. Smaller clutches. I've had more girls slug out, but with the bigger girls and they're healthier, I notice they're lasting longer. They put on the weight a lot faster. When they're 1,500 grams, 1,300 grams, and I see some guys breeding them, when they lay those eggs, those snakes are they're so skinny. They're just like, oh my God, why would you do that? Oh, they're fine. I can't do that. And my males, I don't breed my males until they're like 700-800 grams, because you breed a male too small, and for me, in my experience, they get sick or they go off feed, and it's like, oh, that woman was too much for him. She traumatized him.
She's like, what the hell is the name?
She
What's
was
her name?
she was a real woman of the night, and
She's like Vivica A. Fox in Booty Call.
she tormented them. They're like, oh. So in my experience, yeah, I don't like breeding my girls under 1,800 grams. Majority of them are all over 2,000 grams, and my males, a majority of them are all like 700-800 grams. They last longer. They keep going. You know, I don't know. I just have it like that, I guess. You know, it's worked in my experience. So that's just advice I offer, and it's worked for me. It's worked. I mean, it might take me longer, you know, but I mean, to me, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yep.
You know?
If it's working for you, it's working for you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Your next couple of shows. I know we already talked about Pomona. I'm going to have to talk to Mama long and hard on that one because I ain't missed one since I went out there. No, I take that back. I did miss one. I missed the fall 19 before they shut everything down. So
it's going to be the biggest one because we haven't seen each other in forever, like in the West Coast wise. You know, now in San Diego, everyone was there, a good chunk of people. But Pomona, I mean, like I said, that's ground zero for the super. That's the super show.
Mm-hmm.
That's the California's version of Tinley, you know. And I mean, for those who've never been to Pomona, that show is when he's in the big building. I believe it's like the length of 2 football fields. That thing is massive.
It's huge. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of get in. I don't kind of. I get fucking anxiety bad. I have to take like 3 fucking shirts when I per day when I go to Pomona because I lose it.
Yeah, because if you're not used to being around people, because it's wall to wall, you're doing this. Excuse me. It happens in the bathroom, and you're in the middle of the venue. Like, excuse me, and then oh yeah, it's a tough one there.
So what else do you have coming up besides Pomona, Jimmy?
I got Vegas coming up in May. And then there will be a Sacramento. I got to get in the Sacramento show. This year, I probably won't be doing Arizona, but next year I plan to get back in that circuit. Yeah, I think this year I just took a lot of time. I'm gonna take a lot of time off. I'm gonna do like only 4 shows this year. I'm just getting back to the base. Like I said, I'm getting married October 9th. Of course, you're welcome to come.
It's on.
Hard.
That's right before my birthday too. So
open bar. My buddy's doing the whole food thing for me.
Oh yeah.
Everyone that has something to do with the wedding are all reptile related. So I gotta make a post. We're doing the big invite. We're gonna go hard on that one. Rami, I'm finding Miguel. Cusco is actually gonna be doing the videography and the photography. So yeah, it's gonna be off the hook on that one. Yeah.
Shane wants to know if he can ever bend or get you to vend Knoxville.
I would love to do Knoxville. I would love to get out there. I'd probably have to drive. Well, yeah, I would have to have someone drive it out there because I have all my acrylics and everything. Hit me up on the info on that. I would love. I won't mind doing it. I love doing those out of state shows.
Everyone's saying congratulations for your wedding, dude. I'm like not a day's drive from you, but I'm essentially about as far as you want to go in a day. I'm about 800 miles from you.
Yeah,
and then Knoxville's like another 24 hours from me.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I love doing the shows. I love going to on the shows, Nevada shows. I like doing all that stuff. Just seeing everyone, you know, finally put a face to a profile, you know, because majority everyone has their business or something on their profile, you know, and just seeing everyone, it's really cool, you know. So just talking with people, I don't know, I have fun with it, you know.
I like it. Jimmy's actually one of the few people that knew me before this fucking monstrosity came on my face.
Yeah, I don't know how
Bro, I go through a lot of beard oil. A lot of beard. Like I get the little droppers like this, and I go through one of those probably a month.
Really?
Like I'm talking about like probably a freaking probably like 8 milliliter, something crazy like that, 8 to 10 milliliter bottle. So it's like it's a pretty decent amount of oil.
Yeah.
I'm like 2-3 times a day. I'm throwing oil in here, otherwise I lose it.
Oh, no, don't get much longer than this. But my dad's got a long nose ZZ Top one, and
yeah.
I'm like, nope, can't do it. Can't do it. It just, I don't know. But it's getting gray, so I'm not trying to. I'm trying
Wait,
to use.
it's throwing me off. Yeah, it's getting there. Got that streak going.
Yeah. And people always shave your head, and because gang related. I shave my head because I have to. This is not a choice, people. It's a little thin, a little cul-de-sac there. Yeah.
It's happening. I'm refusing. I'm refusing. Like I had really long hair for a while, and I just watched the crown get like thinner and thinner. I was like, I can't do it. Shave it, babe. Shave it.
When this even happened, that's the crazy thing. I don't know. I don't know, just woke up and I don't know. I was like, well, damn, there's no hair up there. And my son, my oldest, when he was little, he made sure I remembered that I knew there was no hair up there. Yeah, real quick story. I used to coach my son's baseball team, and baseball's in the summer. Had my hat on, hot as shit, and warming the kids up. And I go back in the dugout, this little dugout, and I take my hat off, and I had a little bit, little 5 o'clock shadow in my head. And when the kid goes, "Hey, coach, how come you only shave the middle of your head?" He goes, "Oh, he doesn't shave it. It just doesn't grow, huh, Dad? It doesn't grow in the middle, huh?" This fucking kid. I just look at him. Your ass is benched. I'm out of here. Out that all the parents, everyone heard. I'm sitting like, oh. And I look back, and his mom just shook his head like, well, I mean, it doesn't grow or whatever. It's thin. It's thinning. There's a little bit of baby chicken fuzz right there.
I'll be there soon. Don't worry. Especially with my 3. Good Lord. I love my kids, but they're definitely they're working that gray in early.
Yeah. I thought my oldest was gonna give me the gray, but no, he's good. But my youngest, that kid there, I don't know. They're good. It just, I don't know. He just does some off the wall stuff. Like, what made you do that? I don't know. I saw it on TikTok. Oh my god.
Brian's yelling at you, by the way. He's like, you should know better. Turn your camera horizontal. God damn it.
What? It is horizontal. It's up and down.
That's vertical.
Yeah, see, that's why I didn't.
That's that junior college.
Yeah, there. That's the junior college. Yeah, there.
Oh shit.
Junior college.
Oh man, that's funny as fuck. Dude, I'm happy for you. Congratulations on the upcoming wedding. It looks like I'm taking a couple of fucking Cali trips this year because I still owe Cusco a trip too. I've been telling them for like, I don't know, like a year. We're gonna come have a family trip.
Cusco's been giving me shit about I want to do interview trials. So every month I've been having something at my place, and I hear excuses. He's got I don't know how many excuses. I'm like, oh, I can't come, and this and that, or this going on. I'm like, dude, he's
busy.
An hour or so, He's only lives 2 hours from me, an hour and a half. That's it. And then he lives in I don't know. There's wild deer all over the place. I'm like, where the hell are you at here,
dude? No, like. So when I visited him, when I was still a truck driver, I got this little rental car in Pomona, right? And I'm going up the Grapevine, and I'm thinking that I'm gonna go the main way through the highway.
Yeah.
And they put me through the fucking Grapevine on the country road where you're like actually spinning all through the mountain. And I was just like, I was taking those turns at 70 miles an hour, not realizing it's like 45 because I'm in this little giddy up car, and I'm just like, oh, I'm enjoying fucking life, you know. I'm cruising this mountain, and then I'm like, holy shit, deer. It's a beautiful area though. Like there was, before I promised my wife that we would get closer to her family, I was like dead set in being that area of Cali, and she's like, no, I don't want to go that far west. And I was like, but the beach is like an hour away. You got mountains, you got the desert. Like we could have it all right there. I couldn't talk her into it though.
Oh, bring that up, and my girl would be there in a heartbeat. But I'm like, I don't know. So another thing, Bobby, I'm not a country boy. I'm a city boy. I like concrete. I like sidewalks. I don't do dirt. I don't like getting my shoes dirty. I have a truck, and I don't like getting that dirty either. It's all pretty. I do.
Your OCD would probably fucking go crazy if you saw my truck right now. Then
I'm like I can't walk in dirt. It drives me nuts. Oh no, yeah, I don't want to get my shoes dirty. Those Jordans ain't cheap, you know.
So what created the sneakerhead lifestyle for you? Like, is that just was it an addiction to shoes, or was it like another investment type thing, or what started it?
I grew up in the gutter. I came from the gutter. When I went to school, my mom got me shoes at Payless Shoe Source. That's where I got mine, or Kmart, and I had to wear those for the whole year. I only got my first pair of Jordans until I was a senior in high school. My grandmother got me a pair, and they were stolen from me. And yeah, so you know what? I want to have nice stuff. So I just started getting shoes. But then, so the shoe thing also started off with the shows. So I said, you know what? I'm going to go to a show. You know, you can't go to a show looking rough. So I got a pair of Jordans, and I'm kind of superstitious. So I got these pair of Jordans, and I did really good in them. I did really well when I had a show. Oh, so that's what kind of started. Every show is of one pair of Jordans, and I never wear them again. I wear the Jordans, and I never wear them. I just wore them one time, and then okay, that's it, and I put them away. But yeah, I have I have a ton of shoes. But yeah, I just started because I just wanted nice shoes, and then it turned to a thing. Okay, every show, I need a pair of shoes, and that's what it started. My son yells at me, "Seriously, Dad, how many shoes you need? You only got 2 feet. Yeah, whatever. You know, how many video games? You can only play one at a time."
Dude, that's crazy. Yeah. I never even knew that.
I have over 100 pairs of Jordans. I don't know. I got they're all, majority of them are red and black, or white and red, white and black. Yeah, I just have them, and I don't wear them anymore. I wear them one time, and that's it. Yeah, I have to hide them though, because my mom sees them and she gets really mad at me because she knows those things ain't cheap. She's like, "You bought another pair?"
You get the chunkla.
Yeah, I'm 47. My mom will still put hands on me. She has not a problem. Not a problem. She'll be like, "Ah." Yeah, she gets on me. That and my Funko Pops. I don't know how I turned into Funko Pops. I saw, the little bobbleheads.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have an insane amount. Like too many. Take a little trip. That's the room, and yeah, I don't even know how that started. I just got Funko Pops, and that's all my shoes.
Holy fuck!
And then more shoes.
Jimmy, you need a room strictly for your shoes and Funkos. That's crazy.
This is my Funko Pops.
Have you had one custom made to look like you yet?
I'm getting it done. I'm getting 2 Funko Pops custom made. I know a guy that does it, so he's doing the whole. And one's a red shirt with my hat, and then and the other one is my hoodie with a hat, and then of course my Jordans. I mean, I don't know how I got into it. It just next thing you know, I even got my Jordan clock. Yeah, I have just have way too much time on my hands, I guess. But yeah, and then my other thing, and I get yelled at for this also, is my TV. My mom says, "Really? Like, how big do you need this thing?" So that's my 86-inch.
I remember whose live was it? You were on someone's live and you were literally having a party in the background.
Oh yeah,
I forget whose live it was though.
yeah, we're doing that, and I was a little buzzed at the time, but yeah, so we were watching we were watching the fight. We were watching something, and yeah, so we dragged that thing out, and I don't know. I just gotta have it. When I got it, the guy at Costco goes, "Dude, you got the biggest TV in 86-inch. You're gonna watch the football games on that." No, football. It's video games and porn.
Yeah, ever seen a porn star on an 86-inch?
My girl just looked at me and she's just like, "Seriously?" No. Dave, when you're mad at me. Which is a lot.
Horrible. That's horrible.
I watch for the music. That's it. Just for the music. Yeah.
What's your favorite moment so far that you've experienced with everything you've done over the last 15 years? Like, if you could nail it down to one pinpoint moment, and it doesn't have to be one, like, you could tell stories all you want. I love that shit.
Famous best moment? I don't know. There's so many. I don't think I could nail it down to just one. I think the first time someone recognized me, it kind of threw me off. Again, in my past, I was recognized for doing a lot of bad stuff. And so I think I was with my mom one time and someone recognized me and they're like, Jimmy. And I'm like, oh, damn, I got to fight. And he was like, dude, I follow you on social media. Your BallLife. Oh my God, I can't believe he made a big old thing. I remember. And I was like, okay, I think that's one of my favorite moments because I think that was the first time I saw mom really proud of me. From where I've done a complete 180 from where I came from what I've been through to where I'm at now. I think that's one of my one of my favorite moments is seeing my mom brag about that moment. Talk about me like, yeah, this guy came up out of nowhere and just like, oh my God, can I take a picture with you? Oh my, I follow you on Instagram, I follow you on Facebook, and oh my God, and I was like, all right, I was shell shocked. I didn't know I don't know how to react to that, and just seeing that, and it's happened a few other times when I'm with my kids or I'm walking out of a show where we're going out to eat. It's pretty funny. And then I have one more other favorite one. And if my girl is watching, I'm sorry, babe. I didn't know it was like that, but so I had gone to a gentleman's club, and I had walked in with my BallLife shirt, and a girl came up to me, one of the dancers, and goes, "Oh my God, you're Jimmy from BallLife," and I'm like, "What?" She goes, "You're Jimmy from BallLife, right?" I'm like, "Yeah." Oh my God, oh my God! So she sat there and just showed me pictures of her turtles. I'm like, "What?" I know, but I really want to show you my turtles and my tortoises. I'm like, oh, okay. And then I left. That was it. I had a soda and then I left. That was it. I didn't do nothing.
Oh man.
I think those are my two favorite ones. Yeah, the stripper club, the strip club I went to, but that one, yeah, with my mom. Like I said, I've just been through a lot. I haven't had the best life, and you know, most of the time, my mom got phone calls from family members or her friends because I was on the news or I was in the newspapers. Um, None for good, none doing good, that's for sure. But when I started doing stuff like that, and when she started, people that are recognizing me, um, she started like, "Oh, okay, yeah," you know. So yeah, I think that's one of my favorite ones. You know.
That's a special moment, man. Like, I don't know. Like my relationship with both my parents is, I don't know. It's not the best, I'll say that. Like, we talk, but
Yeah.
it is what it is. But
Yeah.
when you get that moment of recognition and you see that pride, it's a special freaking moment, man. I'm happy for you. I'm glad you got that in your life.
You know, I was the same way. I know what that's like. I think me and my dad talked for like 15 years. Um, I had a lot of anger towards him, and then one day I just got tired. And so, you know, my kids need to see their grandfather. I need to I need to ask them questions. You know, and at first you're a little nervous about it, but then I think I threw him off because I told him, you know, like I said, I wasn't raised the best, but I told my, you know, thank you for being that way with me, pup. Thank you, because if it hadn't been for you, I I wouldn't know how to love my kids because you were a certain way with me. I was gonna break that cycle, and so you know, being having older parents, some parents, they're really old school. They're old school parents. They're not the type that can sit there and hug you and
Hmm.
love you and come here meal and all that unless they're under the influence, drinking or whatnot. And I said I was gonna do that with my kid. So every chance I get, I hug him, I tell him, and again, I don't blame my dad. I'm not mad at him. He raised me the best he could, the way he was raised. And I'm not mad about that. I understand it. You know, so I just want to flip it, and so I'm very involved in my kids' lives, and I tell them I love them, and I hug them, whether they get embarrassed or not. You know, I still give them big hugs, and I goofy with them, and this is how it is.
That's the fun part. Like, it's fun as shit to embarrass them.
Yeah.
Uh,
Especially my oldest one. He just shakes his head like, "Oh my god."
Dad, why?
Yeah. And I still hug my boys, take them to school. Come here, give me a hug.
Hell yeah. What are you most looking forward to this year? Like, what's a clutch that you're like, fingers are crossed?
Strangers. I'm hoping to hit some stranger clown stuff. Um, Also, I'm working on one little thing. I've seen the combo, but some blackhead paint stuff combos. I've seen blackhead paint. I forgot who produced one of the combos, and people went crazy over it. So I want to get some other stuff going into that. Uh,
Yeah.
but right now, just a lot of the GHI stranger clown stuff. I got a lot of clown, a lot of GHI involved in it. Yeah, just a little bit of everything.
It looks like we're gonna be talking later.
Like I said,
I'm working that same project, sir.
I got stuff already going, so I'm just waiting. I'm waiting on my boy to kick in. He's being shy. Like, you better get in there and handle them women, you know. Because I got some girls there, some straight heat, and he just got to like get in there, you know. A lot. I'm gonna have some. I'm hoping for some really nice GHI clown combos this year. I'm really hitting that pretty hard as well. A lot of orange dream stuff too. I am, and hopefully making some exanthic pies this year as well. So that's one thing I haven't done, exanthic pies. I got everything else. So yeah, see what happens. And some freeway stuff. I'm hoping to make some pavements this year, some pavement combos. So see what happens with that too. Yeah,
If there's like a personal attribute that you could say is required for what we do? Well, I'll say what you do because I'm not even going to consider myself that. Like, I kind of feel like last year was just dumb luck, and I got lucky, and some eggs just kind of fucking magically appeared. You know what I mean? Hopefully, it repeats this year, and then I can really say I'm a breeder, even though it's extremely small scale. But like, I feel like we all kind of have that collector mentality. We all kind of have a little bit of OCD.
Yeah.
Some of us much more than others. But if there was an attribute, what would you say is like the key attribute to being successful here? Making Jimmy think tonight, guys.
Yeah, you guys are making
Sorry,
me.
Jimmy.
Where's my pumpkin here? I don't know.
The steam. It's like roll it out, right?
I don't know. Dude. Patience, I guess.
That's funny. It's not funny that you said it. It's funny because that's one of the ones that I was going to bring up right after I said OCD, and I was like, no, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. I want to see what he says.
You have to. There's unfortunately, there are so many new people that get into this hobby, and all they see is the flash. They want it now, and that's just like in society in itself. There's microwave and then there's oven. You know, food tastes different when you have it in the oven than when you do in a microwave. You know, you just gotta have that patience. No one wants that patience. Everyone wants to buy breeders. I want to buy breeders. I want to buy breeders. I want to buy breeders, and they want to make stuff right away, and not without doing any research, without even taking the time to learn anything. Without learning it, to me, it's like a craft. You got to learn all your stuff. And if you're not taking the time, then you're just going to pop out junk. And then what's going to happen? The animal suffers behind that, you know, because they're like, oh, whatever. And they just don't care. It's a passing fad for them. So yeah, patience, you know, I would say. And in this hobby, you definitely got to have patience, you know, dealing with people and dealing with your animals, you know.
That's a badass answer, Jimmy. I like the way you spun that. Hell yeah. Let's I actually talked to my main mentor, Earl, about that a lot. Because I was right on the edge for a little while.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck, man, like I've put 4 years into this. I feel like I'm failing, you know, and it's like, now obviously I'm not there now. Like, Earl helped me pull my head out of my ass, and I'm a lot happier about what I'm doing, and I can see the light again. But you know, like the way you said it, patience is definitely key in anything that we do here. And sorry, someone said bring up dad jokes, and it fucking threw me off with what I was saying. But patience is definitely key, and if you don't have the patience to do it, like, I understand a lot of people do. A lot of people want this as that get rich quick, or they see the money aspect of it, because if you're walking a show, you do see it. Yeah. I mean, unless you're completely freaking blind, you're going to see the value in ball pythons. But patience, patience is definitely fucking needed, because you're going to get tested.
Yeah, you're going to get tested a lot.
You're going to have that clutch where you're like, oh, I should get this, and they come out all fucking normals.
And getting normals, like getting a pair of socks for Christmas. There's nothing worse than that. Getting socks or underwear for Christmas, man. Who does that?
Dude, I love it. I'm sorry. I love it, because I'm a cheap motherfucker. I'm one of those guys that I'm worse than Brian. Like, if my shit ain't hanging out of my underwear, I'm not replacing that underwear.
Brian needs socks and underwear. I've seen him, and he needs some fit. He wears these tights. They're sweats. I'm like, those aren't sweats. Those are yoga pants. No, they're not. They're tights. Well, You know, whatever. You find him 3 sizes too small, whatever. You know, he's I don't know. I call him Backstreet Boy. He's a little Backstreet Boy.
That's wrong. Who was it? It's Victor from J Baby's Reptiles that wanted that dad joke. You think you could pull up a dad joke for us real quick, or pull one out?
I'm
gonna steal a Cusco segment just for tonight, though.
All right,
the dad joke segment.
Chat.
Put him on the spot. Put him on the spot.
I know. I'm not good when I put on the spot. I think of one. Damn it. You have to come back to me on that one. I'll have one.
Right. We'll get one.
A little marinate for a little bit.
How did you come up with, I guess it's I don't want to put this. What is kind of like your quote, your motivational quote, you got balls. Where did that come from? Was that just to be
just
a jokester, or
it was just a jokes thing? Got milk, you know, got wood, got balls, you know, got ball pythons. I just thought it was that borderline type of humor. You know, I've had people ask me, what does that mean? Got balls? Ball pythons. You see the snake on there. You know, I've had people follow me around the stores. What do you mean by that? And I've had one of my buddies, Scott Bolter, someone tried to fight him over that. He had one of my shirts on, and someone took that as, oh, you trying to call me out? He like, it says got balls in the back, but the shirt says BallLife. I'm a snake breeder. It's a snake shirt. Yeah, right. And it was like, yeah, I've never, that was the first for me on that one. Like, really? That's just dry humor, I guess, you know.
Is that, you want to meet my friend Jimmy? You don't want to meet my friend Jimmy.
Yeah, I don't know. Just little stuff like that, and let the addiction begin. Because if anyone knows that they're in reptiles, you can't have just one. You start off with one, I guarantee you, oh, look at this. Oh, look at this. And you go to a show, it's over with.
Yeah. Because
you want everything. You want everything. And yeah, it just, it's never ending. And that's how I ended up with all the animals that I have. It's like, it's never ending.
I learned that the hard way with Todd and Jody.
Yeah, I got some stuff, man. I got stuff everywhere, you know, from everyone. Yeah, and then when you're first breeding, you don't want to sell not one baby. You want to keep them all. Oh, I'll get rid of the normal. But I mean, I want all the combos, you know. So yeah.
Dude, I got so lucky. Like my first clutch, I hit a 4 banger, and I was just like, it's never leaving. Like, I don't care. It'll never leave. And I had some where it's like, I have friends that didn't have Orange Dream in their collection. So I was like, here you go. I don't need the money that bad right now. And it's like $150 snake. Here you go. Now you have Orange Dream.
Yeah.
Take care of the snake. That's all I care about, you know?
Yeah.
But it was like, it was stuff for friends. You know what I mean? And it was like,
yeah, my first clutch
I know what I have.
My first clutch was Mojave to Mystic. And I got 2 normals and 2 Mojaves. That was it. Damn. Yeah, that was it.
And then my first clutch, I actually found out that the female was a forging because I thought it was just a super pastel pinstripe.
Yeah.
And I ended up finding out that she's super pastel jigsaw instead of just pinstripe.
Oh, okay.
Because like half the clutch came out Mojave, and I was like, where the fuck did this come from? I'm all confused as shit. It's like, I know the dad's just Orange Dream. She only has, what the fuck? And me and Todd are talking, and I'm sending him all these pictures over that female. He's like, yeah, I totally missed that. You looked out on that buy, and I was like, win.
Oh shit.
It's little things like that though. Like if you have the patience and you see shit like that pop up, it's an amazing hobby. It's an amazing just field, I guess. And I've been really fortunate to meet people like you and Brian and Earl and like honestly everybody that I've really had the opportunity to meet, because I know a lot of big name people. I know a lot of come ups. I know a lot of people that are just starting out, and I've literally had the opportunity to make friends all across the country.
Yeah.
Go to shows, get invited to weddings. That's probably going to come up on like my craziest stories ever. I was interviewing Jimmy one night, like just out of the fucking blue, and he invited me to his wedding, and it was all snake people, and
it's going to be like the auction, just weddings.
Oh, it's going to be
wedding version. And then I've already told my girl, I'm not wearing no damn shiny shoes. I'm wearing Jordans. I'm not wearing them. I'm wearing Jordans. And she goes, well, I said, no, you're wearing Jordans too. That's all there is to it. I'll buy you some nice ass Jordans. You're going to wear those all night. Cause not like, women are not going to wear heels the whole damn time, So we'll all wear Jordans. Yeah, it's going to be, I think it's going to be just one big auction. That's all. It's an auction party. That's it. It's going to be an open bar. Yeah,
Did you see that?
Yeah. I'm October 9th. I actually proposed. So me and my girl have been off and on for the past 17 and a half years. We've been together a long time. We have 2 kids together. And I always asked her to marry me before, but kind of hard to take someone serious when they don't have a ring or they're under the influence, a little drinking involved. So yeah, so we had a Christmas party here at my house, and I was thanking everyone, and she had no idea. And then I introduced her, because she was like the first time she met everyone. And then she always hates it when I call her my baby mama, my kid's mom, my girl. And so then I turned around and said, I don't want to call her that no more. And I got down on my knee, and she was like, what are you doing? And she just broke down. I pulled out the ring, and everyone else knew what was going on, but she didn't know. And a girl being a girl, crying. And yeah, that was it. So yeah, we want to do October 9th is the day we met. So it'll be 18 years to the day we met on that. So we'll do it right there then, So,
that's awesome, Jimmy.
Yeah, the venue picked out. We have everything going. I haven't made it official on my page, on my personal page on Facebook, but to do it, to announce it to everyone. But yeah, I'm announcing it. So you guys here and you guys want to come, California, Fresno, come through. Open bar, a ton of food. It's gonna be off the hook. You guys ever been in an auction? It'll be auction style. That's all there is to it. It's gonna be off the hook,
Oh man.
I'm trying to think of a damn dad joke, and I just can't think of one right now. Yeah.
I was waiting for like a knock knock joke or something just to get you out of the class.
I used to knock jokes out like nothing. Yeah, I don't know.
It's been a long day for you, Jimmy.
Yeah, I've been up since I went to bed around 1. I've been up since 4. Yeah. And I'll go to bed. Same thing will happen again tonight. Go to bed late, wake up early, and then do it all again. And then get ready for a show this weekend, Friday. And then just hang out all weekend.
Oh yeah. It's the way we do it. Welcome to the life, ladies and gentlemen. If you have reptiles and you go to reptile shows, expect no sleep. Team no sleep forever.
Yeah. Sleep. Yeah. When you have animals, the more you get, the less sleep you get, the less money you have. Because you're buying feeders all the damn time. Luckily for me, I'm fortunate that I get paid in feeders. What did I do when I crossed a snake and a frog? I don't know. What? No idea.
I don't know. The punchline is going to be really bad because he paused and he didn't put the other half up. Oh, Lord. All right, D, you got to put the rest of it out there. I can't.
Yeah.
Work with me, man. Like, you started it. I need the punchline. Where's the punchline? I'm just glad this went off, man. Like, honestly, I was really worried about it. My internet was like freaking out this morning.
Yeah.
Like, shit, I'm gonna have to get like new equipment or something. I'm not canceling Jimmy. Like, I'm about to go to Starbucks or some shit, so I have free Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I was driving and it was just traffic was so slow. I'm like, oh my God. I got off work late and I'm sitting there and I'm hauling ass and like, oh my God. And I'm like, all right, I'll be there as soon as I get a chance. And then I'm like, all right, you said you're gonna check rodents. I'm like, all right, take your time. Take your time. Oh. And I just went unloaded my car. I'm like, all right. And then I was having a hell of a time trying to connect. It would not connect. You know, and I'm not the most tech savvy person. They don't get much more tech than an Xbox. That's about it. I got this new phone. I don't even know how to work the damn thing.
I don't know if that's supposed to be the punchline, D.
I think that was a punchline. What do you get when you mix a snake and a frog?
I don't think that's the punchline. Must be a lag. I need a punchline.
Is that the punchline? Must be a lag.
I don't know. That would be a bad dad joke, though. Because there's no real punchline.
My son tried to tell me about my little one. He goes, what did the fox say to the rabbit? What? I'm gonna kick your ass. What? Don't never tell your mom that joke. I'll get in trouble for you saying that. And yeah, that's the worst joke I've ever heard.
All right, brother. I know you got a lot of shit to do. I unfortunately have to get back into the rat room and start separating and cleaning.
Yeah.
I get to play in rat shit tonight. Yeah.
Don't you love that smell? It smells like potpourri.
Dude. I double mask it. I gotta wear like glasses and shit. If I don't, it looks like I've been doing extracurricular activities for hours when I walk out. And like I'm running a fan constantly. Like I have airflow getting pushed back in. Like I'm doing it all right. So the ammonia is not even that bad. I don't know what it is. I look high as a fucking kite every time I change rats. Allergies. That's the same excuse I told my parents growing up. It's okay.
I don't have allergies. Everyone else in my family does, not me. I don't know how that worked out.
Well, I didn't really until I got older, but that was the excuse I used.
That
like, I just have really bad allergies today. All right, brother. Let them know where. I mean, most of the people here know where to find you. So, links definitely down in the description. So
I don't have a website yet, but right now I'm doing just Facebook, BallLife, and on Instagram is BallLife559. I do just about every California show there is. I'm hoping to be back in Arizona pretty soon, probably the following year. I'll be in Vegas next month for that show for the Reptilian Nation. Yeah, you guys want anything? I got plenty of shirts. You guys need shirts? Let me know. I got a bunch of crazy stuff. My balls are better than yours. Keep calm and hold my balls. Stuff like that. Yeah, if you have any questions, hit me up. And I'd be happy to answer any of them. If you're looking for something in particular, let me know. I have a lot. It goes so fast. that I don't have a time to put up a list. Because when I put up a list, it changes. So it's just like, you know, just what do you guys want? And I'll see if I have it. You know.
Hell yeah. Guys, go give Jimmy some love. Next week, I actually will not be having an episode just because I'm going to be on the road back from Arlington. So I'm not going to have time to stream. But
just do it in
Jimmy.
It'll be fine.
Fuck that. It's going to be dark. Dude, I did that the whole way to Cali and back. The 2 times I did it in 19. I don't want to do that again. It was so bad. Like, so bad. You can't even read it. Like the print's like this big. It's bad. But right after, or not, obviously not next Monday, but the following Monday, I gotta pull it up. I'm gonna fuck this up. So professional, John. Come on.
It's the beard,
right?
The beard.
On the 3rd of May, we will have Adam from Beach Bum Exotic. So another California dude, another guy I love dearly. I haven't seen in a long time. I'm looking forward to seeing him again too.
Yeah. So, good dude.
Hell yeah. Y'all have a great night. Give Jimmy some love, like I said. And if I don't make Pomona, I'm definitely making the wedding. So
yeah. Well, you have no choice.
Yeah. So. Oh, I'll just tell the wife. I'll be like, this big gangster dude told me I have to come to his wedding or I'm going to get my ass beat.
Yeah, all right.
All right. Y'all have a great night. We'll see you on the next one.
See you guys.